Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the second episode of this Planet Coaster 2 series. Today we're going to be working on the second coaster in the first area of the park, Blackroot Vale. So first we're just coming up to Omen. We just decided to theme up the station a bit more. I really wasn't too happy with it. I think the area looks beautiful on the whole, but the actual station wasn't too detailed and I really wanted to work on that. So here you can see I'm putting in some statues, kind of like the crypts at 13 at Alton Towers. Just some nice theming elements, just some nice statues, you know, just to really sell the ancient kind of ruined vibe that we're going for with Omen. So next, moving on, we are putting these vines in. They do look really nice and they really add to that ancient abandoned kind of theme. We're struggling with the height there a bit, couldn't really line it up, took a couple of tries, but we got it working in the end. And this Mark launch coaster, it's come along amazing. From like the first time I built it, and like the first time I actually set out the layout, I built it, it's come on leaps and bounds from there, and I'm really happy. This is like the first real project I've actually tried to build in any Planet Coaster game. I normally just build random roller coasters, theme them up, and then I just quit because I get bored and I'm not really a fan of them. But I've spent a lot of time on Omen, and I'm actually pleased to say that I entered Omen into a competition on TikTok at Coaster Glaze if you want to go drop me a follow. But I entered it into a competition and it actually won first place. It was by an account called Coaster Royals. You should definitely go and follow them. It's really great couple, two people, man and woman. I can't really think of the name, but they're really great, and yeah, I just love the content, so go and drop them a follow. And yeah, if they're watching, they're probably not, but thank you for giving me the win, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, here we are, we're done with the theming in Omen now, and now we're moving on to the new coaster. The reason this video has come out really late is because I've literally been trying all week to build a multi-dimension coaster, and I just couldn't. I like 3 tries. I couldn't get the block sections running. I couldn't get it how I wanted it, so I decided to just look through the coasters, just see what was going on, and yeah, I decided on a Mara spinning coaster. I'm very happy with choosing a spinning coaster because they're a very nice family attraction, you know. The spin adds a bit more thrill, a bit more unexpected action to it, and they are really great attractions. You have like Dragon's Fury at Chessington, Spinball Wizard at Alton Towers, and you've got decent throughputs. They can be very thrilling, but also they're very re-rideable because of the spin. And that's what I really love about spinning coasters. The spin is just different every time, and it's really just crazy how it actually works, and your ride experience can be different every single time. It can be different angles, different spin speeds, you know, and it's just really interesting in my opinion. So here we are, just building the ride, going through, nothing much, just bit of a, not long, but looking nice. It's not the biggest coaster really, going mostly few US curves, twist turns, little hilly sections, you know. I really like it because it's nothing too full on, it's not doing too much, it is just there for reasoning as a point. I think once you see the finished product, obviously you can't see it fully finished right now, but we are starting to build it, and I think you'll agree that it does look really good and it does look really thrilling. So I believe here we are starting with the first kind of drop, and I decided to kind of take a note out of Spinball Wizard's book and have it go one way but then flip the other, and I think that's really nice, really thrilling. I believe here I tried to build an airtime hill under this first kind of helix, coming out of the first helix element, under the drop, and I just couldn't get it to work. It was like, I know spinning coaster is supposed to be a bit rough, a bit snappy, but it was just really unrealistic, and I just felt it just wasn't going to work. So I decided here, if you see, it'll be in a minute, but I decided to get rid of this hill in the end anyway, because I wasn't a huge fan of it. So here you can see I got rid of the hill and I just turned it into another kind of S-curve element. And I really like it because it's very whippy, it's got good transitions, kind of snappy, it's got some pops of airtime, it'll be further on in the ride, the airtime. And yeah, I just think it's not the smoothest, but it doesn't have to be the smoothest because it's a spinning coaster, and at the end of the day, spinning coasters are quite rough. You can't get unless it's like Ride to Happiness where it's more of a controlled spin. On a Mara spinner, it's never going to be as smooth as perfectly smooth as it can be. So yeah, here we are. I was just testing the banking there. I didn't know. I just wanted to test how far you could actually take it. There's not much intense banking. Like I said, it's just a family attraction. It's going to look really nice in the park when it's fully themed, fully completed. I'm really excited to theme it in the next episode, so stay tuned if you want to see that. Also, in the comments, drop below what you're kind of thinking, like what themes, what name do you want to give the coaster, because I'm not in full control here. I want you guys, as the viewers, to actually enjoy it and actually see and name it what you want to name it. So in the comments, drop a name, drop a kind of theme, like explanation, explaining the theme, so I can kind of base it off that, and then kind of make the ride theming around that. Maybe you go with more of a castle theme and it's got like a big castle centerpiece, or maybe you just go through like a spinning coaster through the trees and I just put a lot of trees in. Really just depends what your preference is, to be honest. Whatever you want, you can have that, because I do not mind, because I don't know what to theme it to. I just built this coaster because I was thinking, a spinning coaster will look really nice in the park and it'll be a nice family attraction to help keep the realism in the park, because many great theme parks, they're not all thrill coasters, they have to have family coasters. And also it's kind of just for throughput at the same time as well, because I do need to, obviously, because what I want to do is I want to try to get as many guests in the park as possible. But the only thing with that is I might close the park and just have everything testing, because if we do like a grand opening or whatever at the end of the park, what I'll do is I'll switch to my brother's PC, because I have Planet Coaster on there, the same account and everything, but I just can't run on my laptop, because that's what I'm playing on right now, just a laptop. So yeah, if you want to see that grand kind of opening, or I might just keep the guests low, just whatever you guys want, obviously. I'm just building it for your enjoyment. I'm enjoying building it, but you guys might not enjoy it because you don't have the same enjoyment preferences as me. Anyway, you can see this first kind of like section kind of is just a drop and a helix, kind of turn around into like a bit of airtime pop into the first brakes. And I just wanted to slow the ride down, nothing too crazy, to be honest. It's just going to be a nice, not chilled out, but just a nice little ride that can just go, weave in between whatever you guys choose. Personally, I just want to build it through the trees and have some like tower, castle kind of element. Because at first, after the multi-dimension coaster, I did also try and build a dive coaster, but I think a dive coaster I'm going to wait till later on in the series to actually put in a dive coaster, because I feel like two big thrill rides, two big main attractions in one small area, it's just not going to go well. Plus the dive coaster, I kind of want this to be in between like the trees and stuff and kind of be a bit more secluded, so the dive coaster really don't meet that, because it was just going way above the trees. I didn't really like it. Here you can see I was trying to put a big hill in and it didn't work. The game just wasn't letting me. So as you can see in a second, I will just delete all of it, because that hill is way too high and I couldn't get it any lower. So I just decided to opt straight into the brakes and just the drive tyre back into the station. But yeah, the coaster is basically finished now. It's literally just a brake from now. I'm just doing a bit more profiling and stuff. So as you can see, coaster's kind of finished. It's got like, starts with an S curve, into the lift, down that twisted kind of drop, into a helix, down round into the mid-course brakes, back round into some just twists, little bumps, hills, and then into the brake run. Nothing too much, just a nice family ride, you know. I didn't want to go all out because obviously we don't need to go all out. And also I'd love in the comments some name suggestions, some ride suggestions for other sections in the park, and can you also decide after we've finished Blackroot Vale what themes and what coasters do you want me to do afterwards, or do you just want me to work on the plaza in the episode after that, or do you want me to go to the right hand side as seen in episode 1 and as I kind of explaining, do you want me to build another themed area there? So it's all up to you guys. I just, with this ride I didn't want to do too much. As you can see, it's finished now. I think the only thing I do here is just sort out that trim brake on the drop, because the ride was just way too slow and I wanted to get a bit more speed into it. As you can see, just kind of testing it now anyway. So yeah, this is coming to the end of the video. Just the last POV. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. I'd gladly appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, and just put your suggestions in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.